mean, this is the new critics argument. This is the death of the author argument, right? Without ever saying it. Right? This is the same, essentially the same argument that they were making, which is, the author is dead to you. The only thing that matters to the reader is what is on the page. And what is out beyond the page should not be, influencing too much your judgment of what is on it.
Like you said, it just complicates and muddies like a clear judgment on the part of the reader. So if you're constantly using this as your lens, or you're constantly focusing on this one single aspect, and this is the problem in workshops where you focus on a single aspect.
I just do think it's funny that he says that, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. When you do focus on single aspects and one person says something and then the whole workshop is infected and now everybody holds only this one lens through which to view this poem.
I mean,
or this one line at the expense of all other lines in the poem is the one thing that gets discussed. We've all been there.
I mean, I literally sat there and watched that happen almost every week. Like,
oh, yeah.
It was so hard to sit through a lot of that.
Or just people just making up bullshit and never being called on it. That was my favorite. But the thing that gets me here is that he will never at one point, he will never, I say that like I'm condemning him for being some kind of shit. I guess I'm not. I do think it's funny that he at no point in this essay says, I side with the new critics in this regard. Because he is like, he's making an argument that has been made in the literary world before, that has been put forward as this is the correct way, and is really well known. And so he puts forward essentially a really similar argument to what they say, at least in this one aspect. And at no point does he say so. At no point does he say, this is, like, these are the people who, this is the methodology that we took in the academy for a really long time, and we have strayed from that. And he does kind of allude to that, but at no point does he say the new critics, which I think is like interesting. Like it would be bad. Is there a disdain, do you think, for that? Like this essay would be, and I might just be projecting this. It's possible that he just didn't even think about that there's no, I mean, he's a smart guy, so I assume he thought about that. But
the issue is the new critics are correct. I mean, that's what it is. Like, if you're going to analyze
but why wouldn't you say that? Why would he not mention them in an essay that is so concerned with essentially agreeing with them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, I think this argument is needed. This argument is needed by somebody like Phillips right now, too. And he's really not doing it, particularly as somebody who's tenured, has a lot of prominence in the field, and he clearly knows this is correct. Like, he knows that, like, this is the correct way to look at poetry and clearly judge and analyze it, like as a serious scholar. And yes, you have to touch on all these identity aspects if it's in the poem, but not just because, the author is black or whatever. I mean, like, this is what it is.
And he goes on to say, he gives examples of how, quote, identity can inform rather than define the dimensions of a poem, and how the poet in doing so needn't compromise the very important aspects of identity particular to him or her.
Right.
So, I think he does talk about all that. I wonder if there is an attitude, a contemporary attitude toward this method, or toward the new critics, like as a sort of what I'm going to call a brand name of, critical theory.
I think there's a conscious rejection of the new critics. I think it's been going on for 60, 70 years.
I guess I'm just asking, like, I wonder, and we can't answer this, right? Because we don't know. I just wonder if that is at play here, right? Like, if there is in this some awareness that if he were to refer to the new critics, that, he would be losing some readers. And that's just a curiosity. It's not something that I think we can answer, like I said, but I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he's correct on it. I wish
he
would.
He uses really great examples here.
Yeah,
of how it's done well and, not so well.
Yeah, and I wish he'd say it more.